How many times have you been told, just let it go, but you try, you really try. And the harder you force the release, the tighter the knot seems to get. Why does trying to let go feel like such an exhausting, contradictory war against yourself? What if the Buddha taught that the problem isn't letting go? What if the secret is about grasping skillfully? What if there is a precise art to handling the mind? A way to hold the reality of your life without getting poisoned in the process. That exhaustion you feel, it's real. You are not broken because you can't just let go. You are not failing. You are just trying to grab a venomous snake by the tail. Here is the paradox of our modern search for peace. We begin to cling to the idea of letting go. We turn it into another achievement, another milestone for the ego, and then we judge ourselves for failing to achieve it. Over 2,500 years ago, the Buddha offered two of the most powerful metaphors for this exact struggle. They are found in the Alagaddūpama Sutta, the Discourse on the Water-Snake Simile. This isn't abstract philosophy. This is a safety user manual for the mind. It's the original map for handling the most dangerous things we possess, our own views. The central message in this sutta is profoundly practical. A teaching, even the Buddha's own teaching, is a tool. It is not an absolute truth to be worshipped. It is a raft, built for the specific purpose of crossing a river. That's all. Our suffering doesn't come from the events of our lives. It doesn't even come from our thoughts or feelings. It comes from how we cling to them. Specifically, how we cling to our views about them. We are all operating this complex machinery, our mind, with no user manual, or worse. We've been given the user manual, the wisdom, but we're not using it to operate the machine. We're using it as decoration. We're using it to argue with other people about their manuals, all while the machine sputters and smokes. This brings us to the single biggest misunderstanding about letting go. We hear "let go," and we think it means indifference. We think it means becoming emotionless, apathetic. We think it means we have to get rid of our thoughts, our relationships, our jobs. This is not what the Buddha taught. He did not teach apathy. He taught skillfulness. Letting go isn't about pushing the boulder away. It's about realizing the boulder isn't you. It's about seeing clearly, so you are no longer clinging to it as me, my problem, or my identity. The sutta gives us two tools, two master images for this new user manual. 1. The water snake. This is how we handle things that are inherently dangerous. Think of toxic views, self-hatred, or clinging to the ego. The Buddha says if you see a snake and grab it recklessly, by the body or by the tail, it will turn and bite you. A skillful person doesn't grab the tail. They use a forked stick. That stick is wisdom. They press down the snake's head that's seeing its nature clearly, and only then do they grasp it firmly behind the head. They are in control. The grasping itself wasn't wrong. The method was everything. 2. The raft. This is how we handle things that are useful, and this is the most radical part. This applies to good things, our practices, our knowledge, our achievements, even the Buddha's own words. A man needs to cross a dangerous river. He builds a raft. He paddles. He strives. He crosses. Now, he is safe on the other shore. What should he do? The Buddha asks, would this man be wise to pick up the raft and carry it on his back Out of gratitude? Of course not. He would be grateful, he would use the raft, and then he would leave it behind and continue his journey, unburdened. Let's just pause here for a moment. Do you recognize this habit in yourself? Is there a raft you're still carrying on your back? An old achievement? A past identity? A piece of knowledge you cling to, even when it's no longer useful? Is there a snake, a painful view that you keep grabbing by the tail, wondering why you keep getting bit? The goal, then, is not an empty mind. The goal is a free mind. A mind that is free to use its tools without being owned by them. A mind that is free to handle danger without being harmed by it. So, we have seen the truth. Letting go is not about discarding. It is about using skillfully. It is the skill of grasping the raft to cross the river and the skill of handling the snake so you are not bitten. But how do we train this skill, this skillful grasping, in our daily lives? How do we apply the parable of the raft to the mess of our internal arguments? The Buddha gave us a 4-step process. This is not a meditation. It is a framework for clear seeing. We call this the Raft Contemplation Framework. Step 1. The recognition. The first step is to see what you are holding. Be specific, not just "I feel bad" or "I'm overthinking." What is the exact view? For example, "I must be successful." "I am an anxious person." "I must win this argument." It's like when you're in that heated discussion. You feel the flush in your face. You stop. You realize, I'm not just talking. I am clinging to the view that I must be right. This is the object. The mental command is anchoring to the present. A view is being held. Step 2. The purpose scan. Now, apply the Raft Simile. Ask yourself, what is the purpose of holding this? Is this raft helping me cross the river, moving me toward peace, clarity? Or is it just a heavy burden keeping me stuck on the bank, fueling my ego, causing me pain? You look at a past achievement you're proud of. You ask, why am I holding this right now? As a raft, a reminder of my capacity, or as a burden, proof that my best days are behind me. The command is contemplating purpose. Is this for bondage or for freedom? Step 3. The not self test. This is the heart of the practice, the most difficult and the most liberating. Look directly at that view, feeling, and ask, this thing, is this me? Is this mine? Is this myself? A deep sadness arises. Instead of the usual "I am sad," you simply note there is sadness. You hold it and you apply the test. This feeling is here, but is it me, or is it just a visitor? A cloud passing through. The command is contemplating not self. This is not me, this is not mine, this is not myself. Step 4. The skilled action. Based on what you've seen, you now act. If it's a snake, a toxic view, "I am worthless," you let it go, because you see it isn't you. You don't have to force it away. You just stop believing it. If it's a raft, a useful view, "I want to be kind," you use it skillfully, while knowing it's just a tool, not you. You're back in that argument. You saw your "I must be right" snake. You've seen it's not you. You let it go. Or you see your "I want peace for us" raft. You use that raft to say one kind word. Instead of letting the ego use you to win a fight, the command is right resolve. I will use this tool instead of being used by it. This is the off-cushion integration. The next time you're in a debate or find yourself stuck on a thought you can't let go of, don't try to push it away. Try the Raft framework. Just ask, am I grabbing a snake by the tail, or am I paddling a raft across the river? Letting go is not a loss. It is a liberation from the terrible burden of grasping incorrectly. It is not apathy. It is the highest skillfulness. The goal is not to end up with empty hands. The goal is to know how to return to a hand that has unclenched itself, a hand that is ready to grasp skillfully when a tool is needed, and ready to open when the crossing is complete. This week, as you observe your mind, which one do you notice more? Are you carrying the raft on your back, clinging to what was once useful, or are you grabbing the snake by the tail, holding on to what is actively harming you? Share your reflection in the comments below. If this journey into the mind's user manual has been helpful, please subscribe and press the notification bell so you never miss a new map. And in our next video, we will explore returning to stillness.